Winter break is over. Teams are recharged and ready to go. Now we are back to business. Let's start with a quick recap of the first 3 weeks. Slugzilla crushed the dreams of the punchy shrooms. Sylveon screamed at a bunch of prehistoric birds, and they all died. Sunflora dazzled as Sneasel dropped the ice. Tommy lost his recording. Tommy threw. Blood Moon shouted, bringing an avalanche on the Articunos. Side spam happened, but we don't talk about side spam. Fireball became a fairy and blasted. Blood Moon was told to shout more by a great ape and obeyed instructions. Tommy almost forgot to record. Tommy threw. Sylveon screamed more. Ribbon Cat is angry. Volcarona set Philly on fire. Sylveon was still angry and put out the blazing Brelooms. Tommy got drunk. Tommy didn't record. Tommy threw. King Gambit sucker punched the Articunos into oblivion. So, we enter week 4 with 3 undefeated teams. The Ohio City Dogis, Prismatic Shards, and San Diego Skeledirge. The Dogis have been making statement after statement so far this season, taking down 2 of last season's top coaches in Tommy and TCL. The San Diego Skeledirge came into the season with a target on their back after winning season 1 of the Orlando Oshawotts. Otter has just been reminding everyone how good a coach he is. Prismatic Shards, on the other hand, have quietly gone about their business so far, sending King Gambit to the top of the kill death standings with 17 kills to only 1. This week, the Dogis and the Dirge collide in a clash of the giants. After taking out the previously unbeaten New York Latios, the grudge champions of Season 1 in Week 3, Coach Twim will be staring down the Season 1 champion with an air of confidence, ready to send yet another statement to the league. Colonel Otter has taken a lot of flack for his very, very strange draft, but week after week has shown his skills as a team builder. Keep that weird squad undefeated through 3 weeks. Now, however, comes the true test. Can he game plan a way around this intimidating squad and derail the hype train? Weens and the Piss face the blazing Brelooms, who are an incredibly tough out for anyone and will not step aside easily. Will we have more than one undefeated team after this week, or will the Brelooms pull off the upset? Elsewhere, the Latios are looking to bounce back from last week's defeat to the Dogis versus the Philadelphia Polytoads, only team to take a game of the Prismatic Shards so far. The rising Albuquerque Appleton take on Tommy, the ultimate thrower, the guaranteed win to put them right back into the title picture. And in a battle of Midtown, the East Austin Archeops will be looking for their first win of the season with Welsh Woobats. Let's get right into the action. Battle of the top picks. This season's number 1 pick, Ogerpon, versus last season's number 1 pick, Fluttermane. Pairing the 2 squads, this is a really tough one to pick. Goldengo plus Chi-Yu looks really strong in this matchup, especially if you get up a tailwind. Billy will have to play around potential Trick Room, but giving them the speed boost to go faster than the Fluttermane will make it far easier to deal with. I think I would probably go the Squawkabilly route, since it also comes with Intimidate, which you can cycle around to try and keep the Latios' big physical attackers in check. TCL, Goodra looks amazing here. There's only really Frostlass that will hit it for stab super effective damage, and then the Slug walls Ogerpon. It's great into Cinderace, decent into Chi-Yu. It can be a great dive buddy for Fluttermane in Tailwind or Ursaluna in Trick Room. I think I would be leaning onto the Trick Room personally. Tauros could also be key in this match. Intimidate cycling the Ogerpon on Iron Hands and being able to hit Golden Go and Frostlass for stab super effective and get good damage on Iron Hands. That's just great. Unfortunately for Coach Chris and the Polytoads, the sheer bulk and overwhelming might of the New York Latios was just too much. Tauros went absolutely ballistic with 6 kills with 0 deaths. Overshadowing its S tier teammates Ursaluna and Fluttermane, who only managed a KO each. Coach Chris can take solace in the fact that he managed to position Goldengo well enough for it to get 2 KOs of its own. Fortunately, it just wasn't enough. They succumbed to a 2-0 defeat. Appletons versus Articunos. Not much to say about this one. Tommy will throw. He always does. I'll keep it professional for once. The Articunos, Brute Bonnet is a must bring. It's completely immune to Psy Spam, and unless it's Vital Spirit Ape, they can only have 2 Spore immunities, with a Grass Terror and a Safety Goggles. Outside of the Evil Shroom, Milotic would be a good bring. Haze to get rid of Dondozo, and bulk up boosts. Make it bulky, sit there, spamming Scald. Eventually, you'll get a burn. Thunderous to take away terrain. Iron Treads resist Psy Spam and can go fast, hit hard with enough boost. Tools are all there for the win. Over in Albuquerque, I'd be leaning heavily on beat up 8 behind screens. Tack on Psy Spam in the back, maybe even a solo Dozo. Dozo as a Yawn bot has got decent damage in Trick Room. The whale doesn't always need to eat its sushi to be strong. It's something I really didn't see last season. Now, I think we can all guess what happened. Yep, Tommy threw. Annihilate unleashed the fury with 5 KOs. Armrouge chipped in with 3 of its own as the Appleton swept 2-0. But Tommy, he did at least manage to get 2 KOs with Treads, Moth and Milotic chipping in with 1 each, but he left Brute Bonnet on the bench. His win condition for this match never saw the field. Okay, here we are. Blazing Brelooms versus Prismatic Shards. On Ween's side, we see pretty much what he's brought most weeks. That core of Monkey Dory, King Gambit, Bronzong, Sinister, that's served him so well up to now. We've not seen much of the Altaria. We did see Iron Thorns get a kill in week 3, so you gotta respect that thing. On Starstreak's side, we once again see the Rain core of Thunderous, Politoad, Skeledirge, Rillaboom, with that Fortress that he loves so much. This time he's tacked on that new signing, Haxorus. This is going to be a tough one, I think, for Starstreak, because Monkey Dory can deal ridiculous damage to that Rillaboom with Sludge Bomb. King Gambit can probably come very close to one-shotting Skeledirge with a Sucker Punch. This is going to be tough for Starstreak to navigate through. I think the set on the Haxorus is going to be very, very key here. That Haxorus needs to have some good coverage, because while I imagine he has put Earthquake on it to deal with the Monkey Dory and the King Gambit, Bronzong has Levitate. Sinister is a grass type. It's going to resist it. With him putting the Choice Band on that Haxorus, it's going to take some very, very careful positional play. So I'm very curious to see what Starstreak is going to bring here. what the move sets are. Really not sure I'd have brought the Basket Legion. Also very curious to how Weens is going to approach this. On paper, he's got a very big advantage here. But the Monkey Dory doesn't like being in Trick Room. King Gambit, if you're going to go Tailwind with the Altaria, is going to be relying on Sucker Punches to go first until you can get rid of the Haxorus. So, yeah. I think this might be the week that Monkey Dory pops off. But let's get into game one and find out. Okay, here we go. Game one. We've got Monkey Dory Bronzong for the Piss. We've got Thunderous Haxorus for the Brelooms. Frisk on the Monkey Dory, seeing that Choice Band, seeing that Life Orb. Got the Fake Out pressure from the Monkey Dory. Bronzong could be going for a Trick Room play, but I doubt it very much. I imagine that's going to set up Iron Defense Body Press, maybe. Is the Fake Out into the Thunderous. Rock Slide misses on the Bronzong. That was really good damage to that Monkey Dory, but it does set up the Trick Room. Interesting. If I remember my speed calcs correctly, that Monkey Dory probably does underspeed Thunderous. Haxorus switches out into the Politoed. Okay. That's to get him some 100% accurate Wild Bolt Storms, I'd imagine. There's the Iron Defense. Parting Shot from the Monkey Dory. Great choice there by Weens. It's a reduction on the Thunderous. In comes Iron Thorns. Booster, I imagine, into attack. Yep. A Wild Bolt Storm doesn't do a great deal thanks to that Parting Shot drop on the special attack. Terra coming out from Weens into the Iron Thorns. Terra Dragon on the Iron Thorns. Oh, Gale Shot? Or has he just gone for a neutral Terra type, I think? Body Press comes out from the Bronzong into the Politoed, but it's protected. Rock Slide into the Double Protect. So, good turn from Starstreak there. Double protecting, scouting out what's going on. Terra coming out from the Blazing Brelooms. Onto the Thunderous. Terra Water on the Thunderous. In front of an Iron Thorns. Oh wait, it's Volt Absorb. Actually a very, very good Terra. Rock Slide still does so much damage. Wow. That's crazy. Icy Wind. Nah, doesn't really do a lot. Speed drops, not doing it. Ah, Rock Slide flinch. That's just horrible, horrible luck there. Last turn of Trick Room, so you've got to think there's going to be some cycling around here. Yes, there's the Monkey Dory coming back out. Fake out pressure. Make sure that Trick Room can get back up again. Politoed switches out. Haxorus comes back in. That awesome shiny on that Haxorus. And the Protect on the Thunderous. Another Iron Defense. Fake out almost KOs the Thunderous. Stomping Tantrum into the Monkey Dory. I'd have been trying to stop the Trick Room going up, not getting rid of the fake out. Rain stops. Out comes the Thorns again. Body press. Great one shot. Ignored the Bronzong for way too long. Rock Slide connects, takes out the Thunderous. Now we have the Rain Squad in Trick Room. Yep, there goes the Politoed. Wild Charge from the Iron Thorns. Aquajet comes out. Physical attack into a +6 Bronzong does nothing. Gyro Ball not very effective, but does enough chip to let the Wild Charge finish the job. Not quite how I thought that game one would go down. Trick Room kind of makes sense into what is a very fast team for the Blazing Brelooms. They don't really have many options into Trick Room. I'm really surprised by the amount of damage that Iron Thorns is putting out. But it is actually a very, very good Pokemon in draft. For game 2, I'd honestly go more of the same for Weens. There was nothing that Starstreak could do to stop it. We didn't see the 4th Pokemon, but I imagine it was probably King Gambit. For Starstreak, you can't ignore that Bronzong. You've got Crunch, Choice Banded Crunch on the Haxorus. Bronzong is part Psychic type. Send a Crunch into it. If you'd gone with the double up of Snarl plus Crunch, you're getting damage down on the Bronzong. You may not stop the Trick Room going up, but you're getting damage down on it. It very easily set up the +6 defense, and with the physical attacking nature of Starstreak's team, you were never going to break it once it got there. Stopping Trick Room going up has to be the priority. On to game 2. We see Monkey Dory, Bronzong, as expected. Rillaboom, Politoed. Okay, I'm going to pause it here. So, I can see what Starstreak's trying to do here. He's led Fake out. Try and stop the Trick Room going up. The problem he's got is Politoed puts on 0 offensive pressure. And Monkey Dory has the faster Fake out. Monkey Dory is one of the fastest Fake outs in the game. So, Monkey Dory, if you're Weens, Monkey Dory is faking out Rillaboom to stop that Fake out. So the Rillaboom lead is good because it forces Weens' hand. But what you need is something with offensive pressure next to the Rillaboom that can get some good damage down on that Bronzong. Bronzong's so bulky, you're not going to one-shot it with pretty much anything. So if you'd led Rillaboom plus Haxorus, we saw Haxorus had Crunch. You force Monkey Dory into faking out the Rillaboom, and then Haxorus gets a Choice Band Crunch off on the Bronzong. You won't stop the Trick Room going up, but it's going to be very difficult for them to get it up a second time. Monkey Dory fakes out the Rillaboom. Weather Ball does actually, it's a crit. That's good damage down on the Monkey Dory, but it's not the Monkey Dory you needed to be targeting. Terra coming out from the Blazing Brelooms. Terra and the Rillaboom into grass. Okay. Not sure about that one. Grassy Glide. Into the Monkey Dory. You didn't need the Terra to get that KO, I don't think. I think that's a wasted Terra there. There's the Iron Defense on the Bronzong. That's +2. Weather Ball, Iron Defense ain't going to help you there. That's actually really good damage. I mean, it is a Weather Ball in the rain. I'm still surprised at the damage output on this Politoed. I always think of Politoed as not doing a great deal of damage. Is a +2 body press going to be enough to KO Politoed or the Rillaboom here? Coming out from the Shards once again into that Iron Thorns. It puts its dragon hat on. Body press +2, not enough. Brings it to Citrus Berry. We're going to see the Politoed get some damage off here, I think. Rock Slide misses on the Politoed. That's great, but it does crit the Rillaboom. Weather Ball just misses the KO. High horsepower doesn't do a great deal. That's a really, really bulky Thorns. Grassy Glide probably into Bronzong. Yep, it's got to take it out. No more Trick Room. Crit. Didn't get, wasn't needed at all. Rock Slide misses the Toad again. This Politoad's got a horseshoe up its butt. where the ball is resisted, but still, that's respectable damage, man. I'm really surprised how well this Politoad's doing here. There's the King Gambit. Oh no. It's going to be a sucker punch into that Basculegion. Burning the Terror on that Rillaboom early is now going to bite Starstreak in the butt. Because he cannot Terror away from that dark weakness. Thunderous hits the field. There's the Protect. Stalling out that last turn of Trick Room. Kowtow Cleave was going into the Basculegion. And a Rock Slide. How much damage is this going to do to that Thunderous? It's a straight knockout. Rain stops. That explains the switch. Now, here we have interesting dynamic, because now we're out of Trick Room. If you Aqua Jet with that Basculegion, because it's a faster priority move, it should go before a Sucker Punch, I believe. There's the Kowtow Cleave. Ween's playing around that. There's the Sucker Punch. Really, really well played match there from both players, to be honest with you. It literally really just came down to Ween's experience, I think. Knowing, certainly in the end of that game too, knowing that the double protect could be coming from the Basculegion, so switching over to Kowtow Cleave, but also playing around the fact that Sucker Punch, and again, correct me if I'm wrong in this, but because Aqua Jet is a priority move and Basculegion is faster, Aqua Jet would go before the Sucker Punch. So knowing that interaction and reading what Starstreak was going, what Starstreak's win condition was just absolutely fantastic play. For Starstreak, the main thing, I think, was the inability to prevent Trick Room going up. After the game one, I think he should have led a little bit more aggressive, and I don't think he realized that Monkey Dory had the faster fake out. Really surprised at how much damage Politoad was putting out, so you gotta give him massive props on the EV training there, because I don't think I've ever seen a Politoad put out that much damage. Certainly mine, when I used it in the Kitakami prologue, I was surprised it could put out good damage, but at the same time I was a little underwhelmed by how much damage it was doing. But it was putting in some work in that game too. In both matches, Starstreak stalled out that first Trick Room really, really well. It just didn't have the ability to deal with the Bronzong fast enough to stop the second one going up in game one. And then in game two, hard focused the Bronzong so much that it let King Gambit come in and clean up. Game two was definitely more on how well Weens played than anything else. I'm really, really impressed with Weens in that, both those games. Now, the big one. The Iowa City Doggies, this San Diego Skeledirge. Let's start with the Dirge. Rotom, great bring here. Good into their rain mode with T-Bolt and resisting the water damage. It also hits Blood Moon really, really hard. The other mon I'd guarantee bring would be Galarian Zapdos. It's good into a lot of Twim squad. Sylveon is the star of the team, and is a pretty obvious bring since there's only really one fairy resisting Overquill. For Twim, I'd be going weather mode with Urshi and Pelipper. Bring Overquill to put pressure on Sylveon, and even be tempted to go Swift Swim on it to take advantage of the rain and not have to worry about inadvertently boosting Zapdos. On both sides, it's really tough to find weaknesses that the other team can exploit. And don't really want to sit here for hours trying to find a line for the teams into each other. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to make snap decisions that are usually wrong. Thanks to some well-timed trades, Otter has addressed the power imbalance, but I still think the Dogis have the slight edge there. Where the Dirge will have the advantage, in my opinion, is the element of surprise. They have multiple speed control options. You don't know whether it's going to be Zapdos or Roaring Moon as the tailwind setter until the first game of the match. They have that awkward speed tier with their mons, which allow Otter to run either tailwind or Trick Room pretty successfully. Which one they decide to go with is anyone's guess. Unfortunately, in the build-up to this match, that dastardly Chairman Otter decided to try and cash in on the buzz, the hype surrounding this match and make it a pay-per-view event. We are a channel for the people. We believe in keeping Draft League for the people. So we were not going to pay these ridiculous prices to be able to view this match. Instead, we decided to stick it to the man. Unfortunately, that means we are working with fan footage of the match. We do what we can. We work with the tools that we're given. So let's get into it. Now, let's see what we can make out from the team preview footage. So we can see for Twim, we have Hisuian Goodra, Oranguru, Overquill, Urshifu Rapid Strikes, Pelipper, and Blood Moon Ursaluna. That's pretty much what I expected, to be honest. On Otter's side, we see the Galarian Zapdos, Rotom, that horrific Sylveon Roaring Moon core, and Clef plus Ormod. Again, pretty much what I expected. Defiant, we've got Redirection, we've got Fake Out, Bulky Water type, we hit Fairy type, and Crazy Dragon. Game 1. I'm Twim, I'm definitely going Rain mode. Yeah, I've got Urshifu, Pelipper, Overquill, and for the last slot, I'm probably going Goodra. I think Goodra's probably got a good matchup into Sylveon as well. No, I'm ranking on the Overquill or the Sylveon matchup, I think, and then bringing Blood Moon. The damage output on Blood Moon is just insane. For Otter, I'm probably going to lead. I'm probably leading Pawmot plus Zapdos. Zapdos just puts on so much pressure, and if you do get the Defiant boost from Overquill, it's just gonna get knockout after knockout. Fake Out from Pawmot is gonna break a sash and stop the Urshifu getting off a big attack. It's just so valuable on lead. Fake Out. Definitely bringing Rotom. And Sylveon's damage output is just ridiculous. Game 1. What we got? We have Urshifu, Overquill, Zapdos, Pawmot. And we don't see the Intimidate on the Overquill. It's a Swift Swim Fishy. Ooh, Urshifu swaps. Into Pelipper. Yeah. A big speed boost on Overquill now. Terra coming out from Otter. Onto the Zapdos. Terra flying. Oh, we're going to see some massive Brave Birds here. Fake out. Oh, into the Overquill. Beautiful read. There's the Brave Bird. Bye-bye, Fishy. Huge, huge turn 1 for Otter. Not what I wanted to see, though. Urshi comes back out. Now, what do we get here? Error from Twim. Just about to say, probably on the Urshifu. Terra Water. Oh my god. Terra Water Surging Strikes in rain. It's insane damage. Oh, and it's going first. It's Scarfed. Oh my god. That's ridiculous. Bye-bye Birdie now. Full shock. Into the Pelipper. Oh, Sash Pelipper. Hurricane from the Pelipper into the Pawmot. Sash Pawmot. Sashmon's taking each other to Sash. Oh, we get the confusion. Oh no. Here comes Rotom. Do love shiny Rotom. Oh god, how much damage is rain boosted Terra Water Surging Strikes gonna do to a Rotom? Helping Hands boosted rain boosted Terra Water Surging Strikes. Oh, that could take. Oh, Citrus Berry. Rotom lives. Rotom lives. Only just. Oh my god. It's resisted. Pawmot's confused. Pawmot kills itself. Oh no. This game is bonkers. I love it. Thunderbolt into the Urshifu. One hit KO. Power of the washing machine. Here comes Sylveon. What's the last mon for Twim? Goodra. Ooh, this is a tough one. This is going to be a really close finish. I think it's going to come down to reads on protects here. Because if we can knock out the Rotom before it goes for an attack. Oh, hold on. Rotom's helping hand. Pelipper protects. Interesting. Type of voice. And how much is this going to do? Neutral. Helping hand boosted. Into Goodra. Heavy Slam. Into Rotom. Wish we could see the health bar. It didn't quite do half. Another helping hand. Another. Oh, what's the Hurricane? Hurricane picks up Wishy-washy is gone. There's the Hyper Voice. It outspeeds and takes the Goodra to the red. Now, Heavy Slam into Sylveon. How much is it going to do? It lives at 1. Oh my god, it lives at 1. Sylveon busted. Official. Wow. What a game 1. What a game 1. That's lived up to every ounce of hype. Phenomenal reads from Otter on that turn 1. Predicting that Urshifu was going to swap, so doubling into the Overquill, which then freed up Sylveon in the end game. Going for that helping hands, Twim going for the helping hands boost on those surging strikes into Rotom. Almost pick up the KO. Pelipper put in some work in that game 1 too. It was so close. Don't know if that was just a low roll on that Heavy Slam or not, but Sylveon living at 1. Fine margins. On to game 2. Do we see any change-ups? Blood Moon Oranguru. Cormot Rolling Moon. What have we got here? Booster Energy. Booster Attack. That actually works out pretty well because you don't need the booster speed in this situation. Oranguru is in a focus, so you can't fake it out. Coming up from Twim into the Oranguru. Gonna make sure he gets up that triple. Fairy. Resisting the dark type attack coming in from Roaring Moon. In fact, it resists just about everything from Roaring Moon, other than an Acrobatics. There's the knockoff. Not very effective, but still does about 30%. Knocks off the Mental Herb. Brick Room goes up. Now we're playing in a Blood Moon world. Cormot switches out. You have to think this is Sylveon coming in here. Yep, there's Sparkles. Psychic. Doesn't do a great deal. Blood Moon though. Oh, doesn't quite take. Acrobatics again doesn't quite take. It's got to be just outside the red though. I think another one's going to pick up that Oranguru. Sylveon protects. Oh, brick break weakness policy. Hyper Voice. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Acrobatics does take out the Oranguru. Don't try and sneak in a quick cookie while you're recording, people. It's a bad idea. Here comes the Goodra. Now we know from game 1, Sylveon outsped the Goodra, so Goodra's going to go first here. Or at least Goodra's going to go before the Sylveon. You have to think you're going to swap it out. Yep. Sylveon goes out. Save for later. In comes the Cormot. Protect from Roaring Moon. Goodra goes for a shelter. Here's Hyper Voice. What's this going to do to Cormot? Right down the sash. That thing just got ridiculous damage. I mean, Pawmot's not the most bulky Pokemon in the world, but that's still crazy damage for a spread move. There's a fake out. Heavy Slam finishes off the Pawmot. Now, Acrobatics. Oh, knockoff. Knockoff on the Kudra. Getting rid of those leftovers. Well played. Sylveon hits the field again. Terra coming out from Otter onto the Roaring Moon. Terra flying. Boosting those Acrobatics. Will it take? No, not quite. Hyper Voice though finishes the job. V-Slam does finish it off. Yeah, does finish off Sparkles. So we have Zapdos plus Roaring Moon versus Overquill and Gudra. This is insane. Close combat finishes off the Gudra, but drops the defenses. That could be important. Terraflying Acrobatics into the Overquill. Finishes the job. No, didn't. Fainted. Did that Overquill live on one? It did. The Overquill lived on one. That's insane. This match is ridiculous. Zapdos though outspeeds, finishes it off. Oh man, I thought that would KO'd. I thought that Acrobatics had KO'd. Holy smokes, that was a close match. That was such a close match. That game 2 was... oh man. I'm speechless. I am absolutely speechless. I mean, I know it's kind of tough to see the health bars on this footage, and the turns do go by pretty quickly. So sometimes it's quite tough to commentate. I had to do a double take when the Roaring Moon died because I was so sure that that Acrobatics had taken out the Overquill. It's like, wow, Acrobatics killed the Overquill. Wait, hold on. The Moon's dead. What happened? The Overquill had lived on 1 HP. Madness. Absolute madness. But GG's to both of you. That... oh man. That was... both games. So close. So many fine margins. Genuinely don't know what to say. I love watching two really high level players duke it out. So it was an honour to call this match. That's one of the best matches, just Pokemon best of 3s I've seen in so long. Inside or outside of Draft League. Otter remains undefeated. A squad I've disliked from the very beginning to prove me wrong. Week 5 brings us 2 very interesting matches. A rematch from last season's grand final. The grudge winning New York Latios versus the league winning, at the time, Orlando Oshawotts, now known as the San Diego Skeledirge. Last season, TCL came out on top in a VGC Ranbats battle. Now though, we get to see these 2 titans of the RDL battling out with their draft teams. And this is going to be a hell of a match. Can TCL be the one to take Otter's O? Can Otter keep up this surprise march towards the Season 2 title? We also have the Prismatic Shards versus Ohio City Dogis, the other remaining unbeaten team versus the previously unbeaten Dogis. King Gambit versus Blood Moon Ursaluna. Two absolutely brutal teams slugging it out. You have to think that Twin will be giving everything to not drop 2 in a row. But Weens will be wanting to keep that wall up and make it incredibly difficult for the Dogis to get back in the win column. Both of these matches are too close to call. Picking a winner in either is about close to a coin flip as you'll see all season. Thank you as always for watching. Do the usual YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe. If you'd like to be part of Season 3 of the Regal Draft League, join the Discord. We do have Wi-Fi League and a Showdown League. Hopefully both will be running again next season. Link in the description below. And until next week, goodbye.